My name is Andre and I'm going to talk about divorce. So, here I have some arguments about divorce. Before I explain about divorce, I want to ask you guys, do you know why divorce is wrong and what are the facts? Okay, so my opinion about divorce is because there are no lack of openness and the absence of harmony in a marriage. And what about the facts? So I have written some arguments or effects that might be happen in divorce. As you can see in this paper, I have already write about some arguments that might be happen due to divorce. Like for example, lack of attention, financial disaster, and violence in house. Arguments number 1. Lack of attention. So why lack of attention can cause divorce? In this statement, I also have some supports which can strengthen my arguments. Support number 1. According to research, busy working can cause both parties rarely communicate. Situation like this certainly not very harmonious. Why? A growing workload sometimes make both parties easy emotion and can causing a contention or fight. Support number 2. The sense of consequence loss. Marriage is a consequence of loving, sharing, responsible, and so on. If sense consequence loss, then it will be very easy to divorce. For example, loving third parties, husbands ignore the responsibility for making a living, and etc. Arguments number 2. Financial disaster. In this case, Indonesia occupies the highest number in Asia Pacific about financial problem. So why Indonesia occupies the highest number in Asia Pacific about financial problems? According to research, jobs that have minimal income makes the family's needs are not fulfilled. If the economic situation in these households running out, certainly will causing a fight between both parties and can make husband feel depressed heavily due to demands of her wife. Another support, the numbers of divorce affect to financial matters. According to research in some big cities in Indonesia, the numbers of divorce in Indonesia reach 10% and will continue to increase. If the divorce rate in Indonesia reaches 10%, then what about the affair? Arguments number 3. Violence in house. The rude words spoken by the husband to the wife can cause harmony in the household crack. Support number 1. Forms of violence in house, for example like physical abuse, emotional violence, economic neglect, and etc. Support number 2. The number of domestic violence from year to year. According to case file data handled by an independent volunteer network, or we can say in Indonesia, Jaringan Relawan Independen or JARI, period of April 2002 until June 2007, that 92% of 263 cases of incoming violence were caused by violence in house. Alright guys, that's all about my arguments, and my conclusion is essentially divorce is wrong because not only harm both sides but also harm their children and families. But the point doesn't fit anyone. Previously, forgive me if my language doesn't fluent enough. Thank you for watching and peace out.